Alright, everybody, welcome to another edition of Strategy Sundays with Mac Paladin on Mac Paladin's Retro Gaming Emporium. Woo! And of course, the Golics will be here momentarily. I just haven't brought them into the chat yet. Have a few items to cover before we get started. Of course, sadly, we, through a miscommunication on my part, we did not do a final Overwatch stream on Saturday, and Monday is Varias' birthday, so we will not be co-streaming Paladins again. Now, whether or not I choose to run with the new crew, with Gunshin and Alina, solo, or do like a nostalgic final Overwatch stream before the October 4th cutoff on Tuesday, where Overwatch 1 is done and Overwatch 2 reigns supreme, remains to be seen. But we will be having Blue Monday. Also, Red Sunday is off this week. So Shadows Mist had again, prior engagement that she was not able to break away from. So rather than try to solo it and bore everybody to tears while I talk endlessly about it, I will just go to work early on my regular job and try to earn some money to keep myself out of the shitter. Basically, to put it not nicely. So that's what's going on. Just wanted to give everybody kind of a heads up, and let's get the Golics in here. Do. Also, just for funsies, the narrator is back on voice mod, so if I sound like Morgan Freeman right now, that's not a malfunction on your part.
I'm here. Sorry, my mic cord got caught on the corner of my desk, and I had to...
I was just letting everybody know that the narrator is back on voice mod. And I don't know if you can hear it on Discord. Even though I log in with Discord, it's not universally understood that voice mod goes to everything. Like, do I sound like Morgan Freeman?
Not really.
Okay, then only the stream hears that, I would imagine. If voice mod even works at all.
It doesn't sound that different to be on the stream, but I don't know. Maybe I just have a tin ear.
Like, if we do custom pitch, do I sound like a munchkin? Hello?
I had the sound down. Say it again.
Do I sound like a munchkin with the pitch all the way up?
No, not really.
Oh, that's great. So voice mod doesn't do anything.
I don't know.
Hold on.
You're asking the wrong person.
I literally don't sound any different. I find that hard to believe. Yeah,
put it to low, say a sentence. Put it to high, say the same sentence.
No, it's voice mod is not doing anything.
Say a sentence. Put it to high, say the same sentence.
No, it's voice mod is not doing anything.
Say a sentence. Put it to high, say the same sentence.
That's fucking great.
Yeah, it doesn't sound any different to me.
Mic auxiliary capture, video capture device.
Okay, so now let's try it.
So you'll have to tell me if on stream I sound more like Morgan Freeman.
Okay, now it's doing something.
I didn't realize that I had to route voice mod through OBS directly.
And yes, it sounds more like Morgan Freeman, but...
And also here I'm a member of the Lollipop Guild.
Oh, you were that before.
Now here's a funny question. Is it modifying you through the stream as well?
It is not.
Okay, that's because desktop audio is not routed through voice mod.
I wonder, does this give me any greater clarity now?
I can't tell clarity.
Well, I'm asking Potato as well. He's there. Also, with this one, I can sound like Mr. Spachemin.
Now that was like walkie-talkie quality.
Yeah, this one's called Spaceman, and they have a different version of this that has a female voice modulator too, but it sounds like you're talking inside a spacesuit helmet.
And then there's this one if I'm trying to do the oh yeah.
All right. Anyway, now that I figured that out, I can actually use voice mod the way it was intended. All right, so Macross it is. I had to give everybody some preliminary information because our streaming schedule has been sporadic of late. Assuming nothing goes wrong, that's me banging on wood, at least the most accessible wood that I have, which is my desk. Assuming nothing goes wrong, we have MSP this week.
Uh-huh.
So Wednesday at 8. I am also going to attempt. I'm probably gonna keep the Luigi's Mansion stream at 9 o'clock because that seems to work for you better.
Mm-hmm.
And at least if you show up, I know somebody's watching it.
I usually try, yeah. Sometimes
yeah.
I forget, because that is a busy evening for me in terms of streams.
Yeah, because I know Petty Fan is still doing Final Fantasy XIV with...
Oh, it's not even that. I just have like 3 things I watch at a time sometimes.
Yep. But I do want to get back to that. I want to actually keep it, religiously at a particular time. Religiously. I'm also restoring all my tabs here because everything broke because Doodles jumped on my air conditioner again. And now I got a checksum error on my all-in-one, which means that the CMOS battery has finally died. Yeah. My interpretation of Mac Naz Paladin. Instead of Lil Naz, he says the Satan voice. Because of the nature of the lavenders and the fact that I've had to bring people in cheap as free in order to do anything with it, I'm actually going to pay for a subscription to voice mod so that way Varias and I can fill in the supplemental voices that we couldn't get actors for. And at least real people are doing it. It's not pure AI. Because I know people are getting kind of miffed about James Earl Jones selling his voice to Respeecher and Disney for Darth Vader. And,
In my head, which I
Yes.
cannot reinforce.
Yes.
this was a strictly pragmatic decision on both of their parts, where like Disney's like, well, you want us to like, we can't recast them, can we? And
It
he's
would
like,
be
well,
hard.
I would still like to retire, please. I am an old man. And they're like, well, okay, we'll let you do this if you'll like sell voice rights so we can still use this because come on, man, it's Darth Vader. And he's like, ugh, fine, whatever, but it'll be worth a lot of money.
Yeah. And he gets royalties in perpetuity. Because like when they did the re-speecher with Mark Hamill for that episode of Boba Fett, because that Mark Hamill was not involved in that episode at all. He was 100% digital. They had a stand-in that they digitized his face over, like they did with Grand Moff Tarkin in Rogue One. I think it was what was it? Who's his stand-in? He did all the mocap for the voice and mocap for one of the Star Wars games that Grand Moff Tarkin was in. Was it? Anyway, the important thing is that he had a stand-in and they digitized his they digitized I can't think of his name now.
Right.
Peter Cushing's face onto him, but he clearly had the original guy's voice, the other guy's voice, and it was weird, and everybody hated it. They said that was the biggest thing that took everybody out of the movie was the fact that he had, I call it CGI teeth. Like the shading is wrong on the teeth because there's so many facets on a tooth that when the person opens their mouth, they have this weird blackness in their mouth. And that's indicative of CGI because they were trying too hard to make him a clone of Peter Cushing. Right. And it also had some unnatural movement because, of course, see as I'm flexing my face right here, your facial muscles are as unique of a signature as anything else. So any interpretive performance would be just that, an interpretive performance. It's not the actual movements that Peter Cushing would have done in the same scenario. They have no way of knowing that because he's dead. They can't consult him on that and say, well, how would you do the twinkle in your eye or whatever? It's like that's a totally new performance.
Right. It's not easy to digitalize a person's.
Yeah, and every time he was on screen, I was impressed with how relatively seamless it was, and yet still my brain was screaming that it was a trip to the uncanny valley every time he was on screen. And so that's what happened with Luke Skywalker was I kept fixating on his mouth because it didn't move naturally. Like his face didn't have his facial expressions moved in a very machine-like manner rather than a human manner. And when they did the mocap with Mark Hamill in the final episode of season 2 of The Mandalorian, even though it was unsettling, it was still different. Because Mark Hamill was actually there,
right?
But the point was they credited Mark Hamill even though they used re-speecher and a stand-in. And I'm glad Hayden Christensen actually got some dialogue in his own voice in Obi-Wan. Like because the helmet got damaged and all that, you actually were able to partially hear his real voice. So that way he could get legitimate credit for performing in this series. Like I'm sure he memorized and spoke all the dialogue so that way his head and hand movements would match what was being said on the screen. But we didn't actually hear Hayden Christensen until the helmet broke. So... And I always dislike that, when an actor doesn't get proper credit for what they were forced to do, like throwing a total blank on who played Darth Vader's body in the original movies.
Crap, I knew this at some point.
Yeah, Scottish guy. had a kind of funny voice for the role.
Mm-hmm.
And he memorized all the dialogue in the first film. And then what was hilarious was apparently from Empire Strikes Back through the end, every time he was on screen, he just spoke gibberish. He just spoke nonsense. He didn't even bother memorizing the dialogue anymore. So there's like an entire audio track of him talking. All right, so let's get to work here. I think people by now have started to realize that this is more of a talk show than an actual game show.
It certainly happens enough.
Well, it also gives me an opportunity to create original content. So, there is that. So, as always, we will do a brief recap here.
誰だあのバルキリーは一気で全部落としたぞミスティ
So we're getting back from the last mission where Lyle told us that since he betrayed us while he was beating us up, they were attacking our base, and
ミスティ
but actually Misty was there, and
Somehow repelled the entire Zentradi army.
also screen share would help.
お前
Oh.
がしくじるとはな次こそは
Well, we are doing the recap, so it's not as big of a deal.
That's why I said it now. I didn't realize until there was no sound.
大気圏外へ進出衛星軌道上に展開作戦行動に入ります各員は戦闘態勢で待機
There we
大丈
go.
夫君の亡命は認められたよそれと正式に俺の
So, hey, baby, what's your sign?
でもいいのかいメルトランディとも戦うことになるよ
前の戦いで地球についたメルトランや
We might have to fight Maltrandy. That's okay.
大丈夫私も戦えるわ
All right. You read this last time, but we're recapping, so as soon as the title here scrolls top, I will pause it. There. 2 whole paragraphs for you.
Assuming it freaking translates it right.
Okay.
No, not the vertical way. I'm eating the crunch. Due to Lyle's strategy, the mothership Prometheus was attacked while Kiryu and the others were away. Upon learning of this, Kiryu and his friends hurriedly returned home, but what they saw was a safe mothership and a lone Valkyrie. This Valkyrie was Misty's.
Apparently, they must have sent
doing this stupid thing.
They must have sent minimal forces after it, considering they were like, well, there's no defenses, so.
Right, that was the idea, I think. It was like just enough. Misty, yeah, Misty was piloting it. And she had fought off this entrance who were attacking. But her Soste Kanojo no. Come on, seriously, what the crap is wrong with this? I wish there was a way to set this to do only horizontal. And because she helped out, she was granted this island and is going to fight against Side Kiryu.
Okay.
And that's what we have so far.
Yeah, one thing that's interestingly divergent in the Macross 2 timeline is that there are people in the future that actually have Zentradi and Meltrandi blood, whereas in the so-called Prime timeline that is being currently promoted, it's kind of implied that humans and Meltrans and Zentradi are incompatible.
Except for like all of Maximilia's kids.
They're all adopted.
At least one of them is genetic.
See, I'm not clear on that. It's not clear in the wiki either. And I'm sure that if we ever get a legitimate translation, they may clarify, but like maybe Mylene is genetically related, but it's kind of, yeah, it's kind of implied that they're like genetically related to
Their first child, Comilia, is biological.
Okay. But then there's something about the rest of their kids being like made from Miria's DNA.
I
But
possibly
not
I don't
Max's?
know.
But not Maximilian's. Which apparently causes marital strife between them too, because even though they're both on Mega Road 7 together, they're both on Macross 7 together. Like she's the mayor of the city.
I think some of
And
it
he's
was
the
just
commander
they
of
are
the
both
ship?
people. They are both people with large egos, and there was like that's not the only thing.
Now, in Macross 2036, the game that immediately precedes this one, apparently one of the main characters is one of their kids, or grandkids or something like that.
Oh yeah, they have like 8 kids.
Well, it depends on the timeline.
Okay, they have like 8 kids in the normal timeline.
Right, in this one it's not clear, because they went a different direction with Macross 2. But this timeline, these 2 games are related to the Macross 2 timeline, which is different. It's weird. I know, but this history I think
From
is
what I'm
sometimes...
seeing on the Macross wiki, and admittedly it's a wiki, it could be wrong. It looks like in the by Macross 7, most of their kids are biological, but they do also have one fully adopted Zentradi child.
Yeah, again, the fan translations do not do its service, unfortunately. So it's like unless you are a hardcore Macross fan and have watched it in raw
The
Japanese.
adopted one being Moaramia from the Macross M3 game for whatever the fuck that's for.
Really?
Dreamcast.
Really? Oh, now I'm going to have to find that. The only way to play, I have a VGA adapter. I have a VGA adapter for my Dreamcast, but the modification process to play Japanese games is goddamn near impossible. And I don't even know how people rip the games because it's such a proprietary format. Like Sony actually put out a GD-ROM burner that I remember selling at Fry's Electronics for like 20 minutes. But again, I have no idea how people rip this stuff. Not that we talk about such things on this channel, but as far as the emulation is concerned, virtually every Dreamcast game ever made is available through emulators, and the ROM files are online if you look at the right repositories. All right, let's finish this.
I just got hit by a friggin' time thing where Macross took place in fucking like 2010 or something.
2009.
Familia was born in 2011 was the thing. So yeah, now something escaped the atmosphere. You skipped the first few lines of it, but
Sorry.
they have to escape the atmosphere, and they're gonna have to fight Meltrandi to do it. Win condition, defeat all enemies. Lost condition, Prometheus 2 destroyed.
Win condition what?
Defeat all enemies.
Okay, so we got to get everybody. Yokai. And we got that cool
This
music.
is Sheffield. We are confirming enemy in the upper atmosphere.
I thought I could stretch this window larger. Sorry, I'm messing around with the position
Yeah,
of
I
the
can
window.
tell.
I'm messing around with the position of the window and it pauses the music every time. Alright, go.
It's launching carrier-based planes.
Okay.
Horned team scramble.
I'm gonna need to get the Prometheus in there to do battle with battleships more and level it up a bit too to make sure that we don't fall behind the scenarios.
Please try and stop the enemy's approach.
So that DP right there, that 24 over 280, that's how far we are from level.
Uh-huh. And she's only level 10.
Yeah. Roger.
Roger. Misty! Tatakai ga Misty, the fight is starting. And the opponent is Meltran. That's okay, I can fight them. I want to fight to end the war. Okay, everybody launch.
It's an interesting reversal for a person who's genetically engineered for battle. Like, there was something...
It is.
There's something really significant that happened.
Well, the main reason why why he's concerned about her is because previously when she's been helping, they've been fighting Zentradi. This is the first time she's fighting her previous team, as it were.
No, I know, but just generally the whole I'm fighting to end the war,
Yeah, that is unusual for
the Meltran.
Meltran.
Alright, we have to defeat everybody, so let's see. First of all, how far... Well, okay, what does she say first?
Break through the enemy lines. Please deploy the escort fleet on both wings.
Roger. Roger.
Yeah.
Let's see how much move... We have quite a bit more movement this time around.
Well, yeah, you're in atmosphere. There's no... Atmosphere and space. The top half is space.
Alright, let's see how much damage I can do at this distance. I'm going to assume I can't... that I'm one block short of the enemy ship there. So I'm going to open fire on this guy. Wow, I didn't take him out.
Close, though.
Alright, let's deploy.
Unfortunately, I'm not sure how useful any of our destroids are going to be here.
Well, we'll put them out there. I'm not going to move the ship again. They're going to come toward... They're either going to come towards me or flee.
Horn leader launching. There are about 10 different ways to say going out of the ship and into the fight.
All right.
I am in a very bad mood. If you get too close, I'm sorry for what happens.
Okay, well, that was definitely a thing. I want to get everybody into Gerwog. See, if these guys get deployed in Gerwog mode, why the fuck do I have to deploy in plane mode every goddamn time?
Presumably, they deployed in plane mode, took up their stations, and then changed to Gerwalk mode. But yes, I know what you mean.
All right, Misty's in a VF4.
I believe that culture will one day end the war.
Yeah, it's weird how when they're exposed to like actual culture, the warriors suddenly are like, what?
Mm-hmm.
Like their whole worldview changes.
I mean, that's kind of the whole point of the Minmay attack.
Yep, we got more here.
For that, I will fight.
For the honor of Grayskull.
The best of my ability.
Ah. So I believe she gets a stat bonus when she is paired with Kiryu.
Would make sense.
So she has a VF4, which is a brand new Valkyrie. See that?
Mm-hmm.
So this is the first new, unique fight, and she had to replace Lyle. Okay.
Well then, I'm launching.
Oh,
He's in a destroid.
yep. It's okay.
I think he's going to be able to move like one square.
That's fine. Maybe technically 3 in a straight line.
Die her and launching.
The controller is a tiny bit wonky because it's not a native controller for this kind of thing. Something out of. He seems angry.
This level of enemy is out of sight, apparently. I don't know what that means exactly.
You had to have been born in the 70s for that to happen.
I know what it means in that context. I don't know if that's
They're
what he
out of
means by it.
sight.
And yeah, and then
Solid.
you're not going to be, and then you're literally not going to be able to deploy all these guys. They have nowhere to go
Right.
because they can only get one square away from like. And when you deployed,
Do I only have 5?
fuck, Gray, he could only go one square. Like he couldn't even go to the left or right of that. And these guys are all in destroids.
I swear
Three
I
Spartans,
had. I swear to Christ, I had more than
3
Fi-
Spartans, 2 Tomahawks, a Defender, and a Phalanx.
All right. Well, here we go. It's go time, kids. Open fire! Suppressing fire! I swear to God, it feels like they put the tail on the front of the plane. Of these battleships.
I mean, it's presumably a prow of some sort.
I know. Ramming speed! Well, this
I
chica's
remembered
dead.
this while I was looking stuff up. Part of the reason why Max and Milia are not happy in 7 is that Max flirts with young girls a lot.
What an asshole. He's so much nicer in the Robotech saga. He's like this kind of quiet, nerdy guy, you know? Even though obviously he's got that whole, oh god, what is that particular brand of Bishonen, or who's the glasses pushing guy? You know?
He does have that though.
Yeah, he's got that.
I don't know
going
about
for him.
and that and what's the name? And part of it is that, I mean, especially once they're on the fleet, Milia has a very stressful job,
Right,
being the mayor of a literal city in a bottle.
right. No, that's what I was saying, was that they seem to not be good at making time for themselves, because he's the colony ship commander, and which is not a small thing, being
He's the captain of
an
Battle
SCF.
7, and she's the mayor of City 7.
Yeah. Alright, don't kill all the dudes. I gotta get some experience here, bros. Soften them up so that way I can get some points. It's one of the things I hate about there being so many NPCs on the battlefield, aside from how slowly they move.
Yeah, it's just proportion of time where you're actually doing stuff versus watching the computer play solitaire with itself badly.
Yeah.
There's a reason that Super Robot Wars generally doesn't give you much in the way of AI allies.
Well, they do give you a metric ton of player characters, though. Like, they accumulate quite rapidly, especially since you can buy them instead of waiting for them to come along organically, like this game.
That doesn't usually happen in Super Robot Wars, but you do accumulate... Well, when you have a whole bunch of shows to represent in a Super Robot Wars, obviously... You get people... Like, if you have 16 different shows in the game...
Yeah.
You're gonna get more characters faster, even if there's only 1 or 2 per show, and some have a lot more than that.
Right. Well, I mean, how long was that opening sequence to Generation G0?
A while, yeah.
That was like a 22-minute opening there, at least.
Again, that's just Gundam still.
I think we spent about a quarter of the first episode of that just talking about what was being shown. Oh, hey, by the way, guys, if you type, I believe, !command in the chat box, a whole bunch of new secret features have been added to my channel. We got some dialogue from the enemy commander here.
It didn't seem to work for me, but that might be because I'm a moderator.
I was able to trigger the HBO Max one.
She's saying she's the commander of the 206th something.
Is it? What is it?
'206 Patrol Squadron flagship here. Check the enemy fleet.
Alright, I'm going to pause for just a second here. I'm going to look at chat commands here.
I just entered !command and it didn't do anything.
No, I know. I'm going to look at what it actually is. Oh, it's commands with an S.
Okay, I'll try that as soon as we're done with this line or whatever.
Because we now have a magic 8-ball, and I guess you can bet on a contest and look at chat stats.
That could be fun.
Giveaway points, leaderboard. There's a roulette option. Song is turned on, but I don't do copyrighted music, so...
Right. So barely anything.
Yeah. There's yeah, I added a number of things though. There's games and things you can play in the channel now. I won't be doing the whole, yeah, there's just some goofy shit you can try now. I know I added some games and things in here, but there's a lot. So it's commands with an S.
I will try that in a little bit.
Alright. Back to the game. Move that back to the screen in front of me. Alright. Sorry, new line of dialogue.
The enemy seems to have advanced into the atmosphere, out of the advancing from the atmosphere. I don't know. I think it looks more like out of to me.
Yeah, that's probably correct, because that's exactly what we're doing.
Ships in the vicinity, gather at once and intercept.
Okay, so they are going to attack us.
We will immediately head to intercept.
I'm kind of annoyed that Misty's portrait is basically this one recolored.
Yep. I had noticed that. I wasn't sure.
Like, she is a unique character. They should have spent some money.
Don't let the enemy rise. Destroy it while it's in the atmosphere.
But I did also turn on that highlight feature, so now on the actual stream, it shows me different things. It tells me if you're a subscriber, if you're a moderator, all that stuff. I don't see it on the regular chat, but yeah.
Okay, it just gives a link to a bunch of stuff.
Well, yeah, that would be pretty spammy if it put that much text into a single chat. There's a lot of commands. And that's just Nightbot commands. See, there's two sets of commands. There's Nightbot and then there's Stream Elements. And Batisimo has its own set of commands I haven't even looked up yet. I'm sorry, what did this one say? I missed what you said.
Yeah. Don't let them ascend. Destroy them while they're still in the atmosphere.
Okay, apparently space gives us a tactical advantage here.
I don't know. Yeah, well, if you look at the terrain modifiers, space I think is 0 and atmosphere is 90 minus 30, so.
Well, this guy ain't gonna make it. No screaming. Okay. Shit. I was afraid of that. Luckily, most of them are going to back off and not attack us directly. That guy always takes a hit. I always keep having to send him back to base. Miraculously, that guy survived. I like how they instruct don't let them ascend, and then they're falling back into space.
Yeah. This was probably before they had like fully customizable scripting.
That's a new battleship.
Yes, that is the Signo Mule?
Hmm.
Signo Mule. So.
Oh, hey, our NPCs are now level 4 instead of level 2.
That's a significant improvement.
Oh, I thought for a second there it was going to completely miss.
Huh.
I was pretty solidly convinced of that. Come on, losers, fight back. Oh, enemy commander's going for it. See, now that was a complete miss. Lasers do not work against fighters real well. They're great against battleships.
Interesting.
But if you're out of missiles, it's pretty much guns only against smaller enemy ships. I actually want him to go after this one here. Get that takedown. Ooh, and he leveled up too. Yes. I'm tapping my keys very carefully here. I'm gonna get out into space so I don't have that -30 against me. And then we are gonna go missiles away against this guy. Yes, Lift, I know there's bonuses today. Calm your tits. Let's see if I can hit him from here. Nope, I'm gonna have to move over. I'm gonna take a risk because I want to try to level him up one more time. I figure if I can take this one out, he'll get real close to level. I believe it's 240 for a level. And that's a confirmed kill. Ah! No, it's 330. Kiryu needs 470 to level. And it looks like he's got 16 right now. So he's a little ways away. Alright, you bastards, time to absolutely get shit upon. Or not. I gotta say, that was kind of a weak hit. Alright, so what mode does this say? Galax.
What does this say?
Yeah.
It just says transform.
Oh.
Gurwalk and Batroid in that order. You're in space, so you don't want Gurwalk. Well, so you don't want Batroid.
Yeah, if we're on the ground, Batroid is the best. Or if we're against Zentradi battle pods, it seems to work out pretty well. Pretty much, we're going to spend the rest of the game in Gurwalk mode. Just so you know. Alright, it looked like I had at least 2... Alright, what'd she say? Her hair is slightly different.
Yeah. Oh, she's saying sorry.
She's probably gonna... That looked like an AoE thing? Actually, it looks like it has 2 uses.
Okay.
I want to be somewhat careful here. I don't want the Prometheus getting wrecked. Let's see if we can attack the battleship. I'm surprised that since we have a docking option here, that the enemy doesn't also use that to repair their vessels. Now let's see how many movement points he gets. Yeah, he's fucked. Oh well. What are you gonna do, right? See, now in space, these guys have some movement. What's up with that?
Yeah. They're not fighting against the gravity anymore, which is not how physics works, but it's how fictional physics works. Yeah, it probably would
They
have
have
been better
thrusters
to
in
wait.
their feet.
Yeah. It's just while in atmosphere, they're using most of those to continue to try to stay up.
Oh no, I'm going to put them out here because I want to have as much interference as possible from the Prometheus getting attacked.
Yeah, it probably would have been better to wait to deploy Gray until we were in atmosphere, but we didn't think about that.
Oh yeah, that's
so.
what you were... I see what you're saying, yeah. He'll get there eventually. Nothing to be done now. At least we'll level up his generic comrades. And I also wanted to surround our weakened guy here. I think that's pretty much it. I think that's all of the units I can control. I don't think I've ever seen these ships fire missiles before. And they were ineffective. Wow, that was clown shoes right there. Yeah, stick to your laser beams. I made the mistake of eating Cheetos and now I've got itchy nose. Ah, 4 points of damage. Impressive. Well, we may be in trouble here.
Those are attack ship. Well, it looks like it mostly missed.
It dropped him from like 40 something to 17.
Okay, so he can't take another one.
Right. At least not from the ship. He might be fine against these troopers. So far, our Destroids are surviving. Come on, nose, stop itching. That's what's going to happen. I'm going to get branded on TV tropes with the Itchy Nose podcast. It's like, well, I was trying to watch a show, but he sat there, he kept scratching his nose through the whole goddamn broadcast. It's very distracting. I give that podcast a 5 out of 7 rating. It's like, but why 7? I don't know if you know that, but there's a reviewer out there that uses a 7-point scale as a gimmick just to be different and asinine.
I guess it... I don't know how they use the scale, but a 7-point scale is useful.
I know, but it was
gives
interesting.
You a perfectly average, and then 3 grades of good and 3 grades of bad.
Right. I mean, the justification is interesting, but in every other sense, it defies the normal 5 or 10-point scale, or even the 4-point scale. These episodes would go a lot faster if we didn't have so much AI.
Yep. Hi, Dragon Lord. Well, like I said, that's arguably the biggest complaint I have with this game is that, like, on any given match, half your forces are literally AI allies, and half the forces you can actually control are nameless Destroid mooks.
Well, peace, Fubar. I suppose I could move the from an exploded continent. I suppose
the
I
new
could.
chapter, What Do the Saints Say, a prologue manga came out, and it turns out that the continent of Mu, where the Ares Saints were originally from, got exploded, which... I mean, we knew it was gone, just not that it had specifically been exploded.
Alright, well, fuck this guy. Is that a glitch, or did the spaceship change color on purpose?
Don't know.
Hi, friend. You're not going anywhere. I gotta find a different spot for him. Dead center. I usually send him and Misty in as my ship killer, but I'm gonna have to send Misty after this mini boss over here.
Mm-hmm. If I'm slow on responding, I have a food I'm eating, and I need to mute myself occasionally. Sorry.
See now, her standard weapon has quite the range. She took some damage, but she took them out, so that's the good news. Culture.
Is that the laser? Her standard weapon, the laser, or the other thing?
Yep.
Because didn't even like the original standard Valkyrie have a laser turret that like is literally the head when you're in jet mode?
I don't recall that.
Like that's why the different modes have different numbers of freaking like backwards pointing horns on their head. Those are laser cannons.
I thought they were part of the communication system, but I could be mistaken. Alright, I'm gonna have her go in and be the ship killer. If I can. Let's see how this works out. Yeah, I can have her attack the bow. Got it. Come on, level up.
In fighter mode, it features a basic fuselage similar to the real-world F-14 Tomcat jet fighter, including underslung intakes, the variable sweep wing, but with outward canted vertical stabilizers. Oh, これがプロトカル車の力の. So this is the power of horticulture.
Aha.
Outward tilted vertical stabilizers and no tailplanes. It is armed with 1, 2, or 4, depending on model, Mahler ROV-20 laser cannons mounted on a ventral turret, a GU-11 55mm 3-barrel gun pod, 4 underwing hardpoints for holding up to 12 medium-range AMM-1 missiles, 12 bombs, 6 large anti-ship reaction missiles, or 4 micro-missile pods. Like most of monoculture, the model numbers of the guns are references to current U.S. military designations.
I see.
Yeah,
This is
the VF-1A has 1 laser cannon on its head. The VF-1D has 2 lasers. VF-1J has 2 lasers, and the VF-1S has 4 lasers on its head, and that is the turret in fighter mode.
Oop. Welcome, everybody.
Hello, Hanshidudu.
Hello, yes. My face doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry, guys. I'm apparently lactose intolerant and allergic to the cheese dust of Cheetos.
That sounds unpleasant.
Yeah, if I touch my face at any point when I'm eating Cheetos, I'm just screwed.
This is a joke rather than actually being flippant about it, but so I would recommend not doing that.
Hey, Uncola Man. Welcome to the party. I really need to work on the whole having the viewers in chat thing open so I can see everybody.
Well, I mean, you're also playing the game. That's part of what I'm here for.
Yeah. I cannot take your call right now, Nathan. I'm doing a show, damn it! Right? And actually, Galix, speaking of PC Engine, if you're willing to indulge, I believe our next game should be Langrisser for the PC Engine.
I would be willing to give that a shot. I don't know that much about it, but I can try to do some research.
That's okay. I mostly need your translation skills for discerning the nature of the missions. I've never been able to complete the first mission because it is different from every other version of Langrisser 1.
Ah.
I play it on an emulator called Utake, but I actually have the physical games. Like, I'm actually playing them on a DVD-ROM drive on my desk. So they're not, like, downloaded ROMs, they're the actual physical... Alright, hold on a second. I need to go wash my face. I'll be right back.
All right.
Hey, Smokey Boy, what's up, buddy? You wanna come be on stream and visit with everybody? Sweet boy. Hey, buddy. You gonna come over here? Come over here, bud.
Yeah, Smokey Boy's in the room, but I don't know if I'm going to be able to coax him on my lap. He just jumped in the window. You can see his backside if you look closely way over there. Alright, I am back. Everybody still here?
I think so.
Alright.
Is your face undamaged?
Slightly less itchy, but given the warmth of my corner over here because of all the computers I have running, that could change at any time. No, you died? Oh, well, you're responding really well for a dead person, Potato. Look at all these ones up here for me to attack. Actually, even better. Utake. It's a relatively new PC Engine emulator that is free. Unlike Magic Engine, which doesn't fucking work because they haven't updated it since 2010. I mean, it works, but it locks up. Galix, inform our viewers here of the scenario while I sort this out here.
We had a heck of a time getting this thing to run, so...
Yeah, we would complete the first mission and it would just bomb.
And there were also weird graphics glitches.
Yeah, there was that too. You're unliving your best on life. God damn it, Tato.
I actually like that line.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
If I ever get a chance to play a Pathfinder 2nd Edition Skeleton Bard like I've been thinking about, I'll probably try and use that. For the latest adventure path they're doing is in a undead-ruled country. So it's one where it's plausible for the players to be able to become undead, so they released it alongside a book that has just a skeleton ancestry where you can just be a skeleton.
You know, I forgot. I didn't move him because I was going to have the Prometheus backstep a little bit and pick him up. Mm-hmm. And then I didn't do that. He'll get to the battle eventually. He's level 11, so he's already beyond everybody else. They need some action anyway. All right.
Yeah, we had a couple of matches we had a couple of maps that were pretty good for Destroids, and then this one is not.
Oh my God, Doodles! Did you drop a toxic dump? Ugh, I'm dying over here. As if it wasn't bad enough with my itchy fucking nose, I got my cat over here dropping toxic waste canisters. Now my face is melting. I feel like I've opened the Ark of the Covenant. I have a litter box in my room behind me and Doodles. So Doodles'
Yeah, it's
mama.
usually best to put those in rooms that, I don't know,
Well,
don't have people in them that much.
oh God, I have to do something about that. Oh my God.
Oh wait, you're not supposed to have cats, so you couldn't put it out on the balcony.
I'm allowed to have 2 cats.
Oh.
Doodles is on the lease. Isn't that right, Doodles? You're a co-signer on the lease, right? Why did the music abruptly change? What happened?
I don't know. Did you destroy a significant number of enemies?
It must be. It triggered
Like
something.
half or something?
It triggered something. The Necromancer's Guide to Life? Not yet. Haven't heard of that. Well,
I've heard of it, but I've never read it.
Jesus Christ, Doodles. Holy crap. Doodles is sitting here on my lap, and she's just looking at me with that smug cat expression. There's nothing I can do about that now. I'd have to go and dump the whole litter box. Even if I'm bad about sifting my litter boxes, so I've got a whole bag of litter I can replace. Yeah, get out of here. Don't be so self-satisfied.
And if you don't have the time, you might be able to cover it with more or something.
I've already dumped 2 bags of extra litter in here from the dollar store. It's at the end. It's trip to the dumpster time.
Yeah. Sounds like you usually try to avoid letting it get that far.
Well, I was trying to explain what Doodle's specific problem is. In the living room, we have one of those crystal automated litter boxes, you know, that it has like a timer and then it pushes it into a reservoir. So it's not so bad. And plus the crystals actually are better at, you know, stank absorption. But Doodle's mama back in Alabama was half feral. So even though she was technically litter box trained because all the kittens were raised indoors, I can't take your call, Nathan. Anyway, so she learned how to poop in the litter box, but she has no idea how to use the sand to bury it. So now I finally got that. I finally got that situated. I think Misty may be in trouble here. Oh. She escaped that one, but she probably won't escape another one. Yeah, her ship, the VF4, is weird. I can't honestly say it's better.
I saw it. I saw a picture of it, and it folds the wings weirdly in Batroid mode, and also the whole chest shape is kind of strange.
Yeah. Good luck, everybody.
Something about the winter of my life has come at last. I don't know exactly what it is. That's what yeah, it's close enough to that.
This story has suddenly become very Russian. That's like something right out of Dostoevsky right there.
Uh-huh.
We got to be over the halfway point. I know. I think that's got to be what it is. Misty is regretting her life decisions right now.
I have to fix it, it says.
Well, time to get back aboard the Prometheus. I used to be really bad about sacrificing my pawns.
Uh-huh. Well, a lot of older games, I'm surprised that this one, being from when it's from, only penalizes you with you couldn't participate in the rest of the battle. A lot of older games like this literally like charge you resources.
Oh, and on
repair fees or whatever. Although this game doesn't fucking have those, so.
Yeah, and I just fucked up and did not fucking move the Prometheus to attack position because I'm dumb. Luckily, there's no turn limit. Golly gosh. Anybody in range? No. 2 more rounds and he'll be able to move.
Uh-huh.
God. If this hits at all. This guy's only level 8, so who knows? He may go up, he may not. Oh my god, dude. Alright, I'm gonna put him on the mid-May attack thingy. Can I reach any of these enemies? Nope. We're gonna go left and then we're gonna sweep right. Actually, I could split my forces here and have Latrati go after this group. She's tough enough. She can handle it.
If you think you can take them on.
I'm pretty sure she can. Plus, we still have a bunch of NPC dudes over there. My man Kang here will take care of it. Or, you know, he'll just stay there. Point being, we still have 2 full undamaged units to go after this entire group. This is actually probably my smartest use of split the forces tactic.
Well, I mean, the enemy forces were also split, so...
Right. We've pretty much destroyed that entire middle group, so they're no threat anymore. Yeah, he's got enough hit points to keep going. I think that's pretty much it. Let's see if they come get us. At least the weapons come out of actual weapons hardpoints on the vessel. Visually.
Yeah, they're pretty good about that. A surprising amount of the selling point of these games, at least nowadays, has evolved to be based on cool attack animations.
Right. Oh, this guy's fucking dead. I'm surprised. I'm surprised he didn't get wiped. Alright, let's see what happens now. You thought? What the hell did you use?
A little bit ahead, at least. But not that much.
Right? I think she's... she got him. See, now they're coming back for me. This is weird. Oh, I guess somebody still had missiles or lasers left.
Yep.
These destroids are actually surprisingly resilient even at lower levels. They're not going to be useful for very long. Pretty soon I'm going to have to turn them into cannon fodder. I think she's going to level. Dialogue.
Oh yeah, yak the culture. She's
Oh,
the usual.
and she just leveled up. Does he have any missiles left? You know, for some of the weapons, there is an EP cost. But it seems to regenerate. See, because he's got 2 red blocks under him. I'm just going to barricade these last 2 in so they can't do anything. They either have to come for me or not at all. Yeah! Finally got him in space. Alright, we're gonna move the Prometheus towards this battle group over here. And Misty's back in the action. But we're not gonna put her right on the front just yet. I gotta wonder if Battleoid mode would actually... I wish going back to the ship reloaded your missiles, too. Alright, another enemy capital ship down. And he finally leveled up. I'm like tapping it, trying to move 1 square. That was lame. Really? Survived with 3 hit points? Let's find out. Hello? 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 Computer's being somewhat unresponsive at the moment. Like, even the stream is stuttering a little bit. Well, Discord has given me some, it's given me some grief here, saying it won't connect to the real-time server. I think my mechanical data storage drive on this machine is starting to go bad. Because every time I try to access files on it, it takes an extremely long time to get there. Yeah, it says RTC connecting, so there's clearly something going on with Discord. Let me check something. Well, Cox Cable doesn't say that they have a service down. So yeah, so Discord is being if. I'm gonna try one more thing here. I was just checking some stuff online to. It says the real-time communication server is not working. It says connecting, and it's been sitting there for over 5 minutes. I'm gonna try killing it and completely reopening it from scratch. Maybe it was a program update that we didn't catch. Hang on, folks, almost there. Don't leave yet. We got this. Yeah, well, Cox Cable has given me the "it's always sunny in Philly," you know, everything's peachy keen. And I'm getting some slight unresponsiveness of the internet here, so. Hey, there we are. Hello? It says voice connected. I heard the chimes. Did we not hear the chimes at midnight? Yo.
Hello?
Do we not hear the chimes at midnight?
Okay, we're good now, I think.
Yeah, for whatever reason, I had to shut down and re-enable Discord because it was being boop.
Okay. As long as we have located the source of the error, I'm not that concerned about it.
And also the
also
the stutter on the stream has stopped.
Yeah, I was more concerned about not knowing why there was a problem than the fact that there was a problem. I started hearing the window making noise.
Yeah.
When I wasn't hearing anything through my headset, and I was like, it's taking its sweet ass time coming up with the screen share, so that might not work.
We'll find out in a minute. Your stream is still running, so apparently it's there now. Go ahead and minimize that.
Okay, game audio get. Okay, we seem to be functioning again.
Die, Meltrandy. It's not perfect, but it's better. It's so annoying when they give me cannon fodder NPCs like this that are way underleveled for where we are in the game.
Yeah, that's, like I said, that's arguably one of my biggest complaints about this game.
Well, because
too many NPC allies and also characters working for you that you don't actually care about.
Well, and they waste experience opportunities for me if they do succeed in killing stuff. More importantly, they run the risk of leveling up these lower leveled enemies to make them harder by being cannon fodder.
Mm-hmm.
This gets... You'll notice this a lot more in the late game, because I'm not sure... I think there's 30 scenarios in this game.
Mm-hmm. And
so,
we're like, what, halfway?
We're at like 15. So we're at like the 50% mark here. I mean, it makes sense that they don't have too big of a character squadron, because then they'd just be yakking all the time.
Yeah, it's realistic for Macross too.
Yeah. Actually, the fact that we have roughly 7 player characters plus a battleship that talks to us, that has regular dialogue, is pretty substantial. The main cast of most Macross shows is usually focused on 3 to 5 people at most. And then the rest of it are just secondary and tertiary characters, at best.
Mm-hmm.
This destroid's gone. Do 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 do. I suppose I could always find the cheat code for this game that allows me to backstep like in Langrisser and replay the same scenario over and over again to start leveling up the unimportant characters.
That would be nice, yes.
Because Langrisser had this funny thing where on the Genesis Mega Drive version, if you went to the upper left-hand corner and held down the C button on the controller for like 15 seconds, it would give you the level select. So you'd go into the level with all the monsters, with all the slimes, and then like you'd promote everybody to like 3rd level. Because it's very hard to organically grow levels in these games. And I don't know if the same trick works in the PC Engine version of the game. Come on, dumb butt, get in there. The controller is completely unresponsive. I'm gonna need to get like a fake Nintendo Bone controller for these games.
Uh huh.
I found a NES style controller. Oh, God. Come on. The TurboGrafx 16 and the NES controller were very similar. The only real difference was that the TurboGrafx 16 controller had 2 turbo levels.
Interesting. Well, I suppose that's why it's the turbo graphics, probably.
Yeah, that's part of it. But because I'm using a PS3 controller plugged in via USB in perpetuity, the SCP Toolkit has also been, I guess it's been discontinued. Because it no longer connects to the update server. DS4, I think, is the new replacement for that. Yep, that's true. They had it in 87, and the Mega Drive CD came out in 89. Oh, come on, hit the right fucking button. I used to have this allergy rub that I could put on my face that would stop this immediately. Like it was an antihistamine gel.
Did it get discontinued or something?
No, I just haven't been able to afford to buy any more of it. Unless it's actually in this bag. I mean, look in this bag of crap that I pulled from my desk in the living room. No, but I do have a silica desiccant container. So if I wanted to dry out my nose, I could shove that up in there.
No.
I'll take strange trips to the ER for 1,000. It says don't eat, but it didn't say anything about shoving it into my nasal cavity. It's like, do we really need to explicitly put that on the packaging now? Yes, we do. I've got an old
Most warning labels are there because someone tried it.
Yep. It's not in here. Alright, I'm just gonna have to tough it out, try to finish this scenario so we can get done here. God damn it, move! See what I mean? I press it and nothing happens, and then I press it hard. What the hell was that?
I don't know.
That was my controller coming unplugged. That was SCP Toolkit being dumb. Oh, God. And the controller's dead. Yeah, I'm having significant controller problems here.
Well, if it ain't one thing, it's another.
Of course. I'm just trying to finish this scenario so we can wrap up, because I'm dying over here. We're like almost at the end here.
Is it just these 7 things left?
I think so. See, every time I try to move it slightly, it goes like 7 spaces out of the way.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll just hit that one. Please, for the love of God, select Misty. Okay. I think I know what I'm gonna do. Okay. Until we go back to PS2 games, or even PlayStation games, I think we can safely use a fake Super NES controller. What do you think?
I think they have almost the same number of buttons.
Let's see if one of these USB ports actually works. Input. Trying. You still there?
I am still here unless I'm not.
That's helpful.
I mean, I'm still here as long. I'm still here on my end. And yes, I'm coming through the stream still.
Okay. SCP Toolkit recognized my... setting. Input. God, it is so hard. What do you mean you're setting up Xbox 360 controller for Windows?
Especially since the letters are different.
Wow, it does not like that. You hear that sound?
Yeah, that's a weird input noise.
My front side USB ports on this case are damaged. There's something wrong with them.
I have had experience with USB ports that were dead.
Yeah, this case is a piece of shit. Right, down, left.
And it is still doing the rapid button press noise thing.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out one last thing here. Hey, look, it stopped doing that.
Yay.
Problem is, I'm having trouble getting it to initialize what the function buttons are.
Huh.
Okay. Hey!
Hooray.
Get over here and kill these fucks. Oh, she still has fires the missiles.
That's good.
Do we have anybody we gotta deploy? Oh yeah, I forgot I brought this guy back. Really, Doodles? I know it's you. Yeah, it basically has the same number of buttons as the NES controller, except it has these turbo dip switches that have 2 different speeds on them.
Right.
Although you could get an NEC Avenue 6 pad like I have, and there is still one guy over here.
But they're surrounded by other people, so that shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Right? They are bound and determined to make sure that this guy does not get into the fray.
I think his other weapon has the same maximum range, too. No, that one's longer.
Oh. Haha!
That'll do it.
There we go. Get in there, you fuck. And he annihilated them. Oh, I still have one more guy to maneuver. What's your deal? What's your deal, numbnuts? Doodles, I swear to God, just leave me alone. Come here. If only I could attack this guy. Get him! Get her, I should say. There. Confirmed kill. Alright. So help me God, if this guy moves into any other position other than an attack position,
It'll be very annoying.
yeah, I'm gonna have an apoplexy. See if you can actually destroy them. You got 2 hit points. total miss. Incredible.
Particularly dodgy Guadalin Row.
Unbelievable. Well, they're dead now. And Latrade takes no damage. Yeah, this particular iteration of the Valkyrie in Gerwalk mode is spicy against guns. That's all I can say. I mean, it's barely even a sortie at this point. Yes, excellent. Capital idea. Attack Misty. That's a good idea. Alright, we're just going to leave these over there. Alright, we're just going to heave to and overpower this dummy. Because as I said, I need to get some XP for the ship.
Right.
And I think it's getting close to leveling. Finally. That's it. Dialogue, please.
Yeah, that's basically mission complete or operation complete. Valkyrie team, rescue the survivors and return to the ship, I believe. The Maltrinity battle strength is declining. If you want to hit them, now is the time. I agree. No matter what, I want to end the battle quickly and go eat. Which is a little different than want to go sleep. I really hope the war ends soon. Well, let's all work together towards that. Everybody do your best.
Rescued at last! Alright, we're gonna get a cutscene.
That is Misty's.
Yep.
アップルジャック中隊は両翼へ展開戦闘空域まで360秒カウントダウンスタート
I think that was Latrade scowling at her. Wow, the dialogue was way out of sync there. Alright, so we're going to read the scenario here and then... or don't. We're going to recap it next week anyway.
I can do it. Mission 16, Strike Through. I'm waiting till it gets a little bit further up the screen before I try to get the phone to...
I'm going to stop it after Mission 16 scrolls off the screen.
Okay.
Alright.
Oh, it's not too long this time. Having continued a two-sided war, the Zentradi and the droid... Wait. Please stop. You had it. Stop trying to freaking fix it and breaking it, you stupid phone.
Oh. Who's yowling?
The Meltrandi were exhausted after fighting a two-sided war
Dippy.
against the Zentradi and the joint forces. The Prometheus forces with tag are concerned that the Meltrandi are going to withdraw, and the attacks of the joint forces can be... Oh no, with the Zentradi, I think, retreated, and now they can... The joint forces focus on the Meltrandi without delay. Kiryu and the others are the vanguard of the fleet as the Prometheus 2 goes in. I think.
Okay. And conditions.
Victory condition, all enemies destroyed. Loss condition, Prometheus 2 destroyed. Turn limit, none.
Wow, it is really herka-jerking here. Are we having issues with Discord again?
I don't know, can you hear me?
Yep. All right, I'm gonna kill.
I don't think so.
I'm gonna kill the stream share there. Because we are lagging bad. All right. I think that's a show. I think that's what we need to call it for the day.
Okay. With having to break twice to fix stuff, yeah.
Yeah. All right, so that's it for this week's installment of Strategy Sundays. As I said, there's no red side tonight, unfortunately, but we will be back next week with Shadows Mist. Tomorrow, I may play a nostalgia round of Overwatch at 6, and do a, and then of course we'll have Blue Side at night. So tune in for that. Until next time, I'm your host,
And
Matt
Fragments
Gallagher.
is up, so you can send people over there if you want.
Yeah, I'll raid out to there. All right, so that's it, and we'll catch you all next week. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there, kids.